Welcome back to Dirty Diesel Mechanic. Today guys, we're going to troubleshoot and repair and replace the cab blow motor on a Freightliner Cascadia. You can see I'm right now testing. There's no action, no blowing coming out of the vents. So let's troubleshoot it today. Alright guys, welcome back. You guys please subscribe if you like what you see what's going on here. Right now, I am pulling the glove box out on the passenger side. This is where the fuses are for the cab. So it's right above this. They call it the SAM cab module. So we're going to pull this out and we're going to see where the fuse is for the blow motor and the cab blow motor, not the sleeper, the cab one. So you can see, I'm going to look at where the exact number is for the cab blow motor. F10 HVAC cab blow motor at 30 amp. If you heard me a little, didn't speak too well. So I'm going to pull my power probe out here, and we are going to do some troubleshooting here. It's my favorite, one of my favorite tools I love to use for a little bit of diagnostic electrical. So we're going to check the fuse. I'm going to show you that right now. You can see a power probe. I've explained this before. If you touch it, if it has 12 volts, it says 12 volts on the screen. It pops right with the plus sign. I mean, it's hot with 12 volts. Glorified test light. I'm just checking any random fuse. Then I'm going to show you what a ground looks like, which it says negative and it says it turns green, and the display on the screen will say 0. Great troubleshooting. And then you can send power to tip at 12 volts of battery voltage, and then you can set a ground. So let's test that fuse, which is it's F10, which is this one. It's power. So the fuse is good. So let's pull this bottom panel on the passenger side, underneath the passenger side front seat. Alright, take this little vent thing off. You can see I'm going to wiggle this wire. That's where the blow motor, right where my hand is. Oh, it popped on when I wiggled the wire to the blow motor. That mostly indicates there's a short in the wiring harness. Usually that means there's something melted, because that blow motor draws a lot of amps. As you can see that the amp was a 30 amp fuse, so it does draw one of the higher amps in the trucks. So we're going to take this panel off above here. So first we're going to pop the plug off the blow motor. Come off now. Pull this little, came out again. Pull this vent out and then pop the plug off. Sometimes these plugs in here, they melt too, the connectors, because they get really hot and they have a little loose connection and cause a lot of resistance. You can see a little adapter right there. I don't know why they have two sets of plugs there, but if you see I'm wiggling it, and then I'm going to try to take this other part off. I'm going to test it with my power probe. This is what you would do if you didn't know there was a problem. So you find the big wires are the fat for the high speed. So we test which is ground. You can see the negative ground, so the ground's working. And I'm going to test the big wire, which is positive, which the fan is on now, and it's 12 volts. That's how we test it to see that this motor's bad. If you got those voltage and high speed, that means that probably this blow motor is bad. So I know there's a bad connection here because I had a hell of a time getting that off, but I didn't show you the whole thing, but it took me a while to get that out. You can see the plugs are melted from the high amps, and they generate a lot of heat, these plugs, because they don't have good connections. So I'm just going to cut this plug out, and I'm going to see how that burns up. motor out. This is what you would do if you replace, put a new motor in. You just take this out, put a new one in. Just mounts with the Reese torque screws. I think they're T20s. And there's a blow motor. So if you want to put a new one in, you just put a new one, pop it right in, and later on the show I'll put it. I'm not gonna show you right now. I forgot to put that in, but these, you got to check these too when you have melting problems. These connectors in here too, they melt and you get really brittle and corroded. So check those out first. Sometimes you might have to replace it anyways. So I'm going to take this wire right here. I'm going to put these butt connectors. They have solder in them. So you're going to put these in. You can buy these anywhere in our parts store. They have solder right there in the middle, and you just you have a little heated torch or a cigarette lighter can work. It just takes a little bit more time. I use this torch. I have wire cutters and crimpers. So we're going to cut this plug out and splice it right in. These plugs, when they have a little bit of loose connection, they cause a lot of resistance. Now we're cutting the other side off too. Plug. Sorry about that little binging noise when you had the key on. I didn't realize I had it on. These tools wire strippers. They work really well. Put the wire in, they strip so you can it'll strip the wire right off. It's a great tool. There's all kinds of people make all different kinds of styles. I think that's made by Vice Grip. Put these butt connectors on. Wire grippers. Just get a good crimp on that. Make sure they pull them on tugs. Make sure they are solid in there. You don't want to generate any higher resistance to make the same problem before. So you want to make sure it's nice and tight in there. Connecting the plug in. Crimping that. Tight. Now we're going to get the torch and melt. It's like a heat shrink, and in the middle it's like a solder. You gotta be really careful because sometimes if you get it too hot in the middle of the solder, you gotta keep the heat kind of away from it because if you get it too close, it'll pop open, split the heat shrink. It's kind of a little get accustomed to doing it so much time. You get better and better as you do it. Nice and soldered up, ready to go. I put electrical tape just because, just give it extra protection. Did you finish electrical tape on that? Put the mounting screws back in the motor. This is what you do after you put a new one in. Just put it back in and put them. Like it's working now. Nice and good. No short. Put this vent back on. Alright, we'll put this vent back up. That's all mounted up. Put this panel back on. Put the screws back on. On this particular one, the panel, the two bottom screws are missing, so I got some earlier and counted some, put them in there, but they're right there in the bottom are missing. Put the fuse cover back on, slide it in there. You have this little holding, that piece right there holds it in with the Velcro. Slide it in there and push it down as like Velcro. that's it, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching Dirty Diesel, and please subscribe and like my channel. And any comments or anything, or any future things you want to see, I like or dislike. As long as whatever you do, it doesn't matter to me. But that's it, man. Thanks for watching. And the videos on the left or right. If you want to watch more of my videos, I appreciate it. And that's it. Thanks again for watching, guys.